they're the ones that, for example, that are kind of going in the space, but they're like we are going kind of against what's going on right now. Well, unless you build a very creative, model that's innovative, that's sustainable, that covers the right things, you're not going to last. I mean, you can't. That's. I just told you it's almost a $2 trillion industry in North America. Those are big players. Those are big numbers, and those are powerful people. We'd never approached it like, hey, you guys are terrible. You guys aren't doing the job. You guys stink, blah, blah, blah. We always said, hey, you guys are doing good. Employing people are great. But without help, we're not going to solve the problem. So let us come in and let us be a partner. Let us be that collaboration partner where together we can do things. And that's why I think we were able to weather the storm and continue to move forward, because although they saw us as a threat, because we're a for-profit versus their non-profit charity model, they were open because I kept saying, and all of our people did, that we're not a threat. We're here to help. We're built on 3 pillars. We keep telling them. Transparency. They're all aware of that being a problem.
Yeah.
They're
And I
looking
do
for
believe,
that.
like in your industry, as much as it is in any other industry, partnership and cooperation is a lot more important than any other industry.
Yeah,
Because
for
there's
sure.
no competition here. Your competition is to do good. How can that be bad?
Exactly. And that, in fact, I just recently said that somebody said, well, they can go, yeah, are you not concerned about people taking your model? I said, are you not listening to why I do what I do? And she
That's a
said,
crazy question, I
well,
guess.
she said, yeah, well, yeah, but what does that mean? I'm like, so somebody goes, steals our models and duplicates what we're doing. Why would that upset me?
Well, you want them to do it. I mean,
That
that's your
if
overall
I'm about
goal.
ending hunger and homelessness, I sure do want them to do that. Or I don't want them to do it, but if they do it, that's fine.
Or
But
maybe franchising it will be good for you.
no, I mean, we looked at all that kind of stuff. But it takes a certain, I mean, this model is pretty unique, and until it really gets going. In fact, I think that I was just talking recently, and somebody said, what do you want your legacy to be? And I said, that he fed so many kids that he did. And she said, she's a pretty big podcast host in the States, and she said, you don't seem to understand that you've already created your legacy. And she said just like
So,
that too. And I'm like,
congratulations, by the way, Stephen.
yeah. I'm like, what do you mean by that? And she said, your model is the legacy. She said, I've never haven't said this yet, but this is the best. I can't. You're blowing me away with this model. This
Yep.
model is something I've never heard. I've been into space. I've been on boards of charities. I've done all this stuff. I've never heard of anything like this. And I think that every single charity in North America should partner with you because you've got some unbelievable things here.
100%. Like I'm looking at you and I'm talking to you and I'm, putting in my contacts like other athletes, for instance, that they went out and built a winery. I'm not naming any names.
Yeah.
They they built restaurants, they built, food chains, whatever they did. But here you left that entire, sports industry to do something charitable, to do something good for
Yep.
the community.
Yeah.
I can't speak highly enough about you and your wife on this one. So
Thank you.
it's
No,
very
we
admirable.
appreciate it. Yeah, it was always a dream of mine to make a positive impact in the world. I remember saying to Stephen Covey when he was talking about the next chapter, what is it you'll think, advertising, because we had been talking about advertising. I wanted to kind of get out of it anyway. It was not the same as it was years ago. And I said, well, it'll be about making a positive impact in the world. And he said to me, of course, Stephen Covey, he's pretty impressive. And he said, so specifically, what will you be targeting? I said, nothing. It'll be about making a positive impact in the world. And the funny thing is he's like, well, wait, I mean, you really should get it down now. I said, listen, Stephen, and I do look up and talk to him sometimes. And I said, listen, I'm the strategist, buddy. I'm going to build a model where I can do a whole bunch of good stuff. And when we go into a city, remember the money we get from our membership is going to homelessness and hunger. But what about all the other people we're partnering to? What about all the people we're giving money back to diabetes and AIDS and sex trafficking and domestic violence and all that other stuff? We're making a real positive impact in the world. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the model.